Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. How's everybody doing? What's happening? All right, so yeah, Sunday afternoon live stream. Haven't really done this before, at least in the last year that I've live streamed consistently. I've never really done any on the weekends, so this is pretty cool. Is anybody out there? Anybody watching? Let me know. But anyway, so if you guys, all the people that are here, very little it seems, but you know, different day, different time. Here's the reference I'm going to be using. Most of you probably saw it. It's pretty cool. I thought it really stands out. So yeah, that's what we're going to get into here today. Yeah, I just cut my hair today, so it was just really getting long and crazy. Long for me. So what's going on, Matthias? PK, what's happening? Precious, Golden, what's happening? Sorry, I just don't want to like mispronounce anyone's name. Not sure how to say some of them. So I'm going to start out with the head, I believe, because that's kind of like the main part of this reference. If you guys look at it, you know, the head is kind of something that really stands out, the big ears and this kind of triangular shape. So that's what I'm going to focus on getting right first, and then I'll create the body around it. I think that's how I'm going to approach this one. So I'll start by drawing the top, and then I'm trying to think if I want this thing basically centered on the page. Where do I want it? It looks like, yeah, if I just make the head centered, something like this, should be fine. It's my hope anyway. So it looks like the body is a little bit smaller and a lot smaller on this side, like 2/3, something like that. But I'm not going to worry about the body right now. This is for the body. It's kind of just guesstimating. This is absolute, right? This is what I've determined, so I know these measurements are correct. I know the width is correct. I know this is where I want the top of the head to be. So now I have to figure out proportionally, I need to figure out where the bottom is, right? So let's see, this is kind of the point, the widest points, so I'm going to branch out from there. So the ears are kind of like this big heart shape. That's what I'm trying to focus on getting down here. And then in the center, it looks like the head's kind of dipped down somewhere around there. But this is just the pencil sketch too, so it's not really super important right now, right? Let's focus this. Guess I could zoom it in a little bit for you guys. Make it a little more interesting here. So, okay. Yeah, the pencil sketch, you know, is not super important at this moment. It's just, I'm just working out everything, you know. The important part is when I'm putting down the ink. That's when there's no turning back after that. So what's going on, Kevin? Brian, what's happening? Hi, what's happening? This year my goal is to draw realistically more from my imagination. Well, that's a good goal, Kevin, and definitely a challenging one. Something that I can't even really do because I just haven't trained in that kind of, haven't trained myself to do that one, you know? It's one of those things you have to really work at and really. The funny thing is, draw from your imagination, you really have to draw from life a lot because you have to have stuff to reference, you know? Most people don't, even when they draw from like their imagination, most people don't really draw from their imagination. They their experiences that they've had in the past, things that they've drawn a lot so that they're very familiar with it. You know, you're not just going to start out like, oh, I'm just going to draw this from my imagination. And it's very few people that can do that. Most people use references for things, and then they just change the reference, morph the reference into what they want. But good luck with your goal, no matter however you tackle it. What's going on, Sophie? Don't be sad. It's Sunday, you can't be sad. Actually, it doesn't matter what day it is. There's no reason to be sad. Come on, life is a gift. You know what I mean? We all woke up today. We're all alive. We're here. You know what I mean? Gratitude. Get back to gratitude. Hopefully you won't be sad. Unless there's some sad event that happened to you, then okay, it's okay to be sad. It's not like bad to be sad, you know what I mean? But well, that's sad then. If you can't keep your kittens, then that's kind of sad. It's okay to be sad about that. I would be sad too. Sorry to hear that. But you know what? You just gotta, you know, just do what you can with, just enjoy your time with them as much as you can. That's all you can do. Well, I probably made this thing, the legs are gonna be way down here at the bottom. Way down here, but I guess that's okay. Try to figure out the nose for this thing. Okay. I think it's looking okay. It's hard to really tell where the ear, it's almost like this kind of disappears with the value. So we'll just try to do something like that. My ears look a bit smaller. I think what happened is I made the head really big, so I may have to extend the ears out, even though I said I was going to keep that dimension or that proportion. Yeah, it doesn't seem like that's correct because then I'd have to make this head a lot smaller. And I kind of like the head actually, and the ears now are something easily I can just pop out. So really calling myself a liar right now. But sometimes, that's the thing about these sketches. Sometimes you think the proportion you're going to keep is there, and then you have to modify it a bit. And I think this will end up looking better anyway once I do this. So see, once we get rid of this, I think that ear looks a lot better. More like the reference. If we look at the reference again, I think that's probably better. So it looks like I just measured really quickly. So this is pretty interesting. The ear, from the edge of the ear to the edge of the head, that measurement is the same as the head, and it's the same as the other ear. So see, me actually extending it out was perfect. It actually lines up just about perfect. And then this, extending this out where I was, is perfect. So my sense of what I thought was wrong with it was actually correct. It's always good when that happens. It always feels good when I measure it and check it, and I'm like, wow, I was right on it, Doesn't always happen. Definitely doesn't always happen, but that looks a lot better, I think. And, it's just a little fixing the proportions a little bit just because I made the head. What I could have done if I didn't want to move the ears, just make the head smaller so that it would fit the same measurement. But I think it's pretty good. Probably make this nose a bit smaller now in width. What a cute little baby elephant though, right? Pretty cool looking, I thought. So how's everybody doing today? Let's see, Emily, what's happening? Emily says, I've tried to draw a baby elephant many times. I think I get the basic shape right, but those wrinkles, I don't know how to even attempt them. Well, the wrinkles, like on the nose here and on the head and the ears, if we look at the reference one quick time, you know, the wrinkles on the body and the legs and stuff. At least the way I'm going to do them, it's just suggested, it's just suggestion. I can show you real quick here. If I can find it. Thinking this, I've drawn an elephant a few times, but there's one that I did that was really good that I really like. I'll show you real quick here. And I'm kind of basing, yeah, I didn't really do the wrinkles. Did a little bit, but we can see like, it's kind of just, I just did like shading lines. I didn't really do a lot of wrinkles. Um, this is very, very light, kind of light pen work, suggested. Um, I really focused on the light versus the shadow, but we can see some of it, it's a little suggested of wrinkles and stuff, but not a whole lot. Maybe down here looks kind of like the wrinkles that they have. So I just focus on the major shapes, major light versus dark shapes, and then a little bit of the suggested details. I'm actually gonna, in my mind, I'm using this as a reference for this drawing. So I kind of want the same look. I'm thinking of keeping the elephant mostly the paper color and then doing light grass. That's what I think, even though this particular photograph, the baby elephant looks very bright, on the head and the ears and on the leg. Like I could do light, like pin, like a white pin, but I don't think I want to do that because it's not really a white elephant, So, uh, but the grass is really bright, so I think I'm gonna have the grass be like lit up. And I really should have had this baby elephant moved up more on the page, but it's okay, not a big deal. Not too worried about it. We'll just roll with it. It's just a little sketch. And the thing is, if someone purchases this, or if I feel like it's so good I want to frame it or mat it or something, this is a 9 by 12 paper. I can actually cut it down to 8 by 10, and mat it for an 8 by 10, and I can move, I can really center it wherever I want. So anyway, a lot of chat going on today. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do have a cat. I have a 16-year-old cat, Sophie. She's in the other room sleeping right now, but she's been on the streams before. I've shown her in my videos and stuff. Maybe she'll come out in a little while. Sometimes she likes to jump on my lap while I'm drawing and stuff. So if she ends up showing up, I'll definitely show her to you. But yeah, she just turned 16 at the end of April. Oh, I hope I have enough room here for this. I might not even have enough room. Let's see. Uh, let's see the bottom of the leg. Just trying to measure real quickly here. Bottom of the leg. So this height. Okay, I have enough room. It's right at the bottom. Almost at the bottom. Yeah, normally I like having, there's more space up here, but normally I like having more space at the bottom a little bit. But it is what it is. Sometimes that's how it goes. Just have to roll with it. So this is kind of like the bottom of the legs, but I don't really want to put that in there. They're kind of going to melt into the grass a bit. Well, thanks, Emily. I hope I can do this baby elephant justice. We'll see what happens. I haven't done pen and ink like this since like February or something. It's been a little while since I've done like a lot of drawing like this. So this leg comes off. Right now I'm just focused on proportions and stuff, which is kind of the boring part. It's really annoying. I have to focus on angles and all this nonsense that it's really boring. I don't know how you guys can watch me do this. It's just, okay, we got the problem here. Okay, proportional issue here. So this, let's see, the snout, it's very weird. So this, so this edge of the snout should be like right here. Yeah, something like that. So this is way a little off. So you can see right there, I kind of misjudged one of the angles, but it's no big deal. You just erase it and move on and try to fix it. Definitely want to fix everything before I get into the ink. Once the ink's down, it's done. It's down. There's no fixing it. So I don't want to notice this stuff after I put the ink down. So now I can adjust this leg because the problem was I didn't have enough room for the back leg and the space between them. So I had to something was off with this line where the uh, where the leg was. So that's why I was kind of troubleshooting there. Going on, Kevin? How I can record while I'm drawing something? Well, this drawing will only take me like 1 hour, so it's not really. I don't really need a break for drawing for 1 hour. It's kind of like you get used to it, going to the gym. And to be honest, a few years ago, I couldn't even talk while I was drawing either. Like if I was painting or drawing, I couldn't talk or answer questions, but now it's no problem. It's something you have to work out in your brain and try to figure out, how to do it, and what to focus on and stuff like that. Okay, something's still really off here, but or a little off anyway. But we're just gonna roll with it at this point. We'll just make this space a little bit smaller, and I'm fine with that because it doesn't need to be perfect. That's the problem. Nothing is ever perfect, and it's not gonna matter because when people see this drawing, this little sketch that I'm gonna do, they're not going to see the reference photo right next to it. You know what I mean? Like it's stupid. It's stupid to try to make it look exactly like the photo or like waste all the time like trying to make it perfect. Like there's no need. Like as long as I make it look like an elephant, that's all that matters, right? Like people will see that it's an elephant. They're not going to realize like, "Oh, that space was too small. It was actually bigger." Like no one's going to know. No one's going to know. Like it's really nothing to worry about. That's the thing about animals and stuff like that, and sometimes even humans, like this stuff doesn't have to be. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to. I think this is actually a little bit different. It's just so hard to see because the value is very similar. The leg actually comes up like this, and this leg actually is skinnier, and it comes up way up here. It's very weird. It's just very hard to see that on the photo. If you guys can see that, right? See where its legs? It's like so difficult to see, but I think that's it. I think that's something like that. Like I said, it doesn't even really matter. Because when I shade it, I'll probably make the values the same anyway. I'll make the values just like it looks there, and it's not really going to matter. Yeah, to be honest, I don't really practice drawing all that much either. Like the only time I draw really, at least lately, is on these streams. You know, like I draw like 3 or 4 hours a week or something if I do 3 streams or something. Um, it depends on what your goals are. If you really want to get good at drawing, then yeah, practice hours and hours if you want and get good at drawing the same things over and over and over. But for me, it's like I don't really have a reason to draw a lot. My focus is painting. I really like painting and doing plein air and stuff, which haven't been able to do recently, but um, the leg gets a bit skinnier here. But yeah, I mean, there's some people that they're trying to get a job like as an artist, like drawing concept art and all this stuff. Like that's fine. Like I don't want to do that. I want to work for myself. I don't want to be working for a company or doing stuff like that. Like just not my goal. I just want to help people learn to draw, make videos and draw and go out and paint and do, like just do stuff like that and try to help people. So that's my kind of thing. Service, I guess you could say. But every artist is different. Everybody has a different idea for what they want to do. So if you can't sit down and draw for hours and hours and hours and practice, then like maybe that's not your thing. Like maybe you don't want to do that. Like don't force yourself to do something you don't like to do. If you really like drawing a lot, like you could sit there and draw all day long. There's times when I've done oil painting in the past few years, and I'll sit there, I paint for like 10 hours, 12 hours a day, like nonstop. There's been times when I went outside and did plein air with a group of people, 2 other guys that were kind of my age a few years ago, and we walked around the whole city of Sacramento. We just walked around all day from like 9:30 in the morning, and I didn't get home till like 5:30 in the evening. I didn't eat anything all day. I didn't eat or drink, nothing. And I was fine, man. I felt really good. Like, I mean, I was hungry when I got home. I definitely ate and stuff, but like when you get into that zone of like something you really love, really enjoy, like you don't even need to eat. Like everything is just you feel so focused and into it that you just you're fueled by it. That's how I feel anyway. That's what you have to find in yourself. That's cool, Sophie. Glad your cat had kittens, but sorry you can't keep them. Hi, Olivia. She says, I've been watching your channel for a while now, and I've been interested in live streaming painting. I was wondering if what PC/technical equipment you use. Thanks. Well, my computer right now, I need to get a different one. I'm using a Mac laptop from mid 2015, so it's kind of old. It's not really the right thing for live streaming. If you go on my previous live stream that I just did the other day, if you go on my channel, you'll see the video. In the comment section, I have a pinned comment, and it's a link to this camera that I use, this live stream or this document camera. So what it is, you plug it in, and this camera doesn't record anything itself, but the live stream records it through this camera. And I use OBS as my streaming software. OBS. So that's kind of my technical stuff. And I have a webcam on my laptop that shows me. So I have this camera on my laptop. I use this camera. It's a document camera. I have a link to it. You know, you can see it here. I have a link to it in my, like I said, in my live streams. I usually post a link in the comments for all the materials and stuff that I use. And this microphone I use, it's a Yeti Blue microphone. Just go on Amazon. It's like $110, $140, something like that. Microphone. It's really good for the price, actually. Most microphones are more expensive and stuff, but this one's really good. Sorry I'm a little bit slow today, guys, it's Sunday, so I'm kind of just taking my time here, and it's in the middle of the day, so I don't really have anything, I have stuff to do, of course, but it's not like in the evening where I have to kind of rush through a drawing. I can kind of take my time on this one, and because we're already 26 minutes in, usually I'm already in the inking by now, but I'm just kind of taking my time here, just enjoying myself. Hope you guys don't mind. So I want to make sure I get the perspective correct on these wrinkles. Just with the way they curve. So at eye level, whatever eye level is in this photo, the wrinkles get completely straight almost. And then above that, they curve upward like this. And then below that, they curve downward. So that's what I'm trying to do with these wrinkles here. See how it's curving upward, getting slightly straighter as they go down and about straight like right here. And then as it moves downward, start curving more down. So that's kind of the idea. All right, I'm going to draw the shadow shapes here, or at least attempt to. It's kind of a partially lit day. It looks like it's an overcast type of day, but I can still draw the major shadow shapes here, shadow shape here. So this will all be shadow. This will mostly all be shadow. Shadow shape here. Shadow shape here. We'll kind of just match the other side a bit. It's very similar. Shadowing here as it turns. Looks like the whole back of this, except for a little bit here, it's kind of reflected light down the back. Looks like all of this is shadow. This is really, really dark shadow back here. The rest of all this is shadow, so I don't really need to fill that in. So there we go. And it looks like there's a little bit of shadowing down this side of the face. And maybe on this side, it's a bit. Something like that. So pretty good lighting, I think. Not bad, not bad. I feel like the trunk needs to be a bit wider. I can draw that in with the ink, kind of fix it up a little bit. Thing like that. Okay. No problem, Olivia. If you send me an email, I can type it all out and link everything if you want, So just check out my website, schaeferfineart.com. This is a great segue for that. So everybody, you can check out my website, schaeferfineart.com. I have some drawings for sale over there and paintings and stuff to check out. I also have a support page, and you can donate to me if you like the streams. You can also donate as a super chat through YouTube here. I have some t-shirts, a Patreon page, some Bandcamp music that I make in my free time when what I don't have right now, free time. Yeah, so check all that out, shaverfineart.com. You can also send a message to me. I got a contact page. I got a blog as well. I write articles every once in a while. I'm working on another one right now, about painting and drawing and stuff like that. My experiences, stuff like that. So, what's going on, Nathan? Thanks for tuning in. I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's definitely been a while. How's everything going with you? Still been painting and everything? Okay, let's see. Beth asks, what pencil are you using? This one I'm using an HB. Just a simple HB pencil. So nothing too crazy right now. We'll also have some grass down here. So unfortunately, I kind of drew this thing too far down on the page. I mean, it's not unfortunate. Like I said, I can always reframe this like as an 8x10 instead of a 9x12. So I could make it look more centered on the page and stuff. So not too concerned. It's kind of cool though. I'll just have some grass down here. That's probably about it. And we'll shade the rest of this thing. Look really nice. I wish he had some tusks sticking out so that I could have like a little bit of white on the elephant, but it's a baby, so we don't have that. How's it going, Wizito? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, folks. If you're watching the video right now, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not, if you want to see more videos like this one. I'm also uploading, soon I'll be back to uploading regular videos. I've been working on some recently. So, got some more videos coming, definitely. Definitely got more videos coming, and they're all going to be drawing, and they're going to be a different format than I usually do. So, been experimenting. We're going to see how you guys like them and how they perform on my channel. So, okay, this ear is bothering me. But okay. So, I got this kneaded eraser here. I just kind of rolled it into a cylinder like this. And now I'm just going to roll it over this sketch a bit, over the pencil sketch. What it does is, when I don't hit the camera, what it does is kind of lightens it up a little bit. I just lighten up some of the dark areas, and it just gives me, I just want like a ghostly kind of image so I don't get distracted too much with all the thick pencil on there. And gives me a little more, gives me a chance to be a little more free with my pen, because I'm not trying to follow the pencil line exactly. This is just like a guide, and then when I go in with the ink, I can modify stuff if I feel like it looks a little bit off. So that's just something I like to do. I like to, and you can do this with your pencil drawings too. If you feel like your lines are getting too thick, you're going over it, you can always just bring, lighten it up a little bit with the, you can see all the graphite that I picked up just now here and here. So yeah, that's a really good idea. So we're going to get into the pen here. I'm using a Pigma Micron 05. It's kind of my favorite size of pen to use and favorite type of pen. I'm going to make sure this is a good pen. Just testing it up here in the margin. This is actually like a perforated page, and this part stays in the sketchbook, so don't have to worry about it. And this pen looks like it's a new pen, so it's good. Should be good. I guess we'll zoom in to start with. Whoa, Nathan, that's cool. You're working on a tarot deck? That's cool, man. I hope that comes out well. I definitely want to see that when you get it finished, or at least some of them done. That'd be really cool. I imagine that's a pretty big project, especially for you. You sit there and work on like one of them for like you know, 17 hours or something. It's gonna take a long time. It's like your yearly project or something. Okay, here we go, folks. Here goes everything. So I'm gonna try to, and I gotta be careful here because every mark I make is like the part of the final drawing, right? So, are how expensive are those types of pens? I think you can get like a 5 pack like this. I think this was like, I'm not 100% sure. I think it was like $10 or something. You know, just go on Amazon and if you live in America or somewhere where Amazon is, go check it out. Check out the prices. I usually link them in the comment section on all my live streams and videos and stuff where I use them. You'll see like a pinned comment from me at the top. And, you know, it depends on where you buy them. They can be a little expensive or something, but I like them though. You know, they make sense for me. And they're archival ink, you know, all that nonsense for the artist folk like me. So I'm just trying to make my lines a bit interesting here. Like I don't want it to be like one big solid line. You know, sometimes I do. And I'm kind of just getting warmed up here. We'll see what I end up drawing here. So this part I just kind of go intuitively. I just go with what I feel. Like, okay, this is a good part to draw next, you know. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. At that pace, the pace that you work at, it could take you years, but it would be worth it, you know. I think that could be really cool. Is it something you're working on yourself, or like it's not a commission, is it? I imagine you'd work faster if it was a commission, I think. But if they know the way you work, then maybe that's what they want. Or is it just something you're doing on your own as like a challenge or something you're interested in trying to create something like that? All right, so I don't want to get caught up in the details like I'm doing right there, so I'm gonna move away from that. Like I said, I want to get a little warmed up here first with like I said, I haven't done this since like February, something like that, so just a little bit out of practice and you know, got to get used to the feeling and the nuance of everything again. You know, how to control everything and what kind of marks I like and don't like. Just kind of got to get back into the groove of everything. So see right here, the pencil line was actually a bit bigger. It was actually outside on the leg. It was actually like right here. But I made it a bit smaller because as I'm looking at the photo, I can see it's just a little bit smaller. So that's what I say when I say like I don't follow the pencil lines exactly like what I did. You know, I'm always modifying. I'm always making sure like even here on the ear, I kind of dip it upward a little bit, um, just because it's something I see on my reference. I just want to make sure I put that in there. You know, when I'm doing that pencil sketch, it's more of like, you know, I'm focusing on other things, overall proportions of everything. Hi, Mary. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Everybody's quiet now. It's like I started the pen and ink, and everyone just went silent. I don't know. I mean, I know this part is challenging, but you don't have to go silent. You can still talk. It's okay. So like I said, I'm not gonna draw the bottom of the feet here. Oh, okay, Nathan. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That's a cool little project. Sounds like a definitely a cool project. Yeah, exactly, Mary. Pen and ink is it's a whole nother ball game. I first started pen and ink, believe it or not, in like January 2020, maybe December 2019. I was like, I'm just gonna try pen and ink, and I did it because I wanted to get used to having to deal with mistakes. Because when you make a mistake in pen and ink, you can't change it, right? You have to try to figure out a way to solve the problem and um, either deal with the way that it looks or try to fix it somehow, and it just helped me deal with that. And now I found out I really love it. I really love this pen and ink. So you never know, Mary. You might love it. It might be the thing for you. You never know. But I understand. You'll get there if you ever want to try it. I'm sure. Ravi asks, are you aware of all the time while drawing, or get into some auto mode once basic structure is on paper? You know, I think I'm aware most of the time. There's sometimes where I do get in auto mode and I'm not. You get into the zone where you're just really into it. But yeah, I am always paying attention for the most part. I'm always paying attention to what I'm doing. Unless I'm answering some kind of question where it really takes my mind off the drawing, and then I end up doing something where I didn't mean to do. But yeah, usually I am aware all the time of what I'm doing. Even as I'm talking to you right now and answering this question, I just leaned in a little bit because I'm looking at the reference photo. I'm looking at the eyes. I'm focusing on, okay, what's the lines on these eyes, even though I'm answering the question. Like, so yeah, I'm always aware. I'm always aware of what I'm doing, I think, or I try to be at least. Like I said, there's times where I've messed up, especially when painting and stuff, and I just I get into some weird mode and I get distracted. I'll just blame you guys. It's you guys' fault. I'm just kidding, but no, it happens. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you do get into the zone and you're just. Sometimes I do a whole drawing where I'm in the zone and something. I'm like, man, how did I do that? I don't even know what I did. It's like you just feel like, whoa, did I really do that? And that's a pretty good feeling, when you feel like that, because it's like, man, because a lot of the times it's like when you have that feeling, it's like, man, I didn't struggle or anything. It just went smoothly and came out well, and just feels like you didn't really have to do anything, Just kind of drew itself, I guess. That's always kind of the goal, I guess, is like trying to get to that stage of, having these drawings do themselves. I'm struggling a little bit right now because I haven't done this in so long, like a few months. So I'm a little out of practice, to be honest. So I feel good with like, I got like the overall outline of everything. That's kind of what I try to do first. Okay, Mary, you bought pins. That's cool. All right. Well, definitely looking forward to seeing that. Glad to hear swimming music. Glad to hear that. Hope it goes well for you. So the next big thing I think are like the wrinkles on the ears and the snout, like the nose. So I'm gonna try to put these in here. I'm a little worried, to be honest. If I'm being honest. This was much easier to do with the pencil. So I want to make sure I'm trying to like vary my lines here. I don't want them all to be like the same width or the same kind of shape or the same space between them. I'm trying to like make some of them thicker in some areas. They kind of disappear as they go to the bottom. They're not as prominent. Something like that, I guess. I kind of messed up. I don't really like this line that I made here, but it happens, You're not going to like every line that you make, especially with the pen. It's challenging. It's definitely challenging. And I got to control like how much detail I'm going to put into this, how much work. Now, obviously the head is kind of the focal point, so that's where I'm going to have like, a lot of different things, wrinkles and stuff. Uh, and I can put some of these in here. I kind of like really lightly, like kind of almost like scratch them in. Not scratch the paper, but the way that it's coming off the pin. I'm not like holding the pin straight down because I'll show you guys. If I were to hold the pen straight down, I get a very kind of nice thick line. But if I hold it to the side, I get these kind of like lighter, kind of more. It's kind of the way you're not supposed to hold the pen and draw with it, but it works because it helps me get these kind of like scratchier kind of lines and stuff. What's going on, Mad Teapot? Thanks for tuning in. Poet, what's going on? They say, thank you so much for your content. I've been watching in parallel to a 4-session course at a local studio. I knew I needed more. Love watching. And today, Elephant, so glad I made it. Well, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Hope everything's going well. Yeah, we're just having some fun here with the little baby elephant. Thought it'd be pretty cool subject. And these wrinkles and stuff is always pretty challenging. But just trying to do my best here to suggest some of this stuff. Like, I'm not trying to match every wrinkle exactly, you know, I'm just trying to get the look and the feel of the wrinkles, you know, going over the ears and stuff. They're very deep kind of wrinkles up here, so some of them are lines get a bit thicker. And I am going to make some of the lines thicker and some of them thinner. I'm just kind of at the early stage still of the line work, so it's not very dynamic yet, if you know what I mean. It's very basic. Everything is one thickness, and it looks very boring that way, personally, to me. Now, every artist is different, you know, and every drawing is different too, so just working my way up to that point at the moment. Thanks, Mary. Says the eye came out awesome. Well, I don't know. You know, it's just when you look at it up close, it's just scribbles. Actually, it's just like vertical lines. You know, but when you look at it a little bit further away, it's hopefully it comes out. So you know, I can suggest some of these like wrinkles and stuff on the ears, and this will just help give a little more detail to everything. Maybe I don't know. It could be too much. Maybe I just stick with the shading, but I don't know. We're just experimenting here. We'll see what happens. So I don't want to get too caught up in all these little small details and stuff. I want to focus on the main overall shading. But like I said, the head here was the main focal point, right? So I wanted to make sure that I got most of the detail and stuff down for the head. Because that's where, you know, it's my focus. It's my idea anyway. That's what I'm telling myself. Okay, let's get into the shading, I guess, the part I'm trying to avoid. So we'll start with like a very dark area that I know it's going to be dark. And I'm just going to do vertical line shading like I always do. Keep it in the style I always do, I guess. And that way it'll keep it simple too. It won't be too distracting and stuff. This leg is very dark. And it gets really dark right in here. Just draw a little shape there. There's some wrinkles and stuff in here too. Maybe I'll try to draw those first. Let's see. Let's experiment here. Draw like a few little wrinkles and stuff that I can see. And then let's shade over top of it. See if that does any. It doesn't really do anything. So shading kind of just covers it right up. So that's good. Good to know. Just experimenting there. So that's kind of like the really darkest areas. I mean, there's the other dark areas is back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shade everything else a bit lighter now that I have kind of the idea of how dark I made the darkest areas. And the way to make the other areas lighter is I just space out the lines. You know, like down here, I just space them out more than this area. So I can just make them a bit further apart and they'll look less dense, less dark. So even though all of this is pretty much in shadow, this whole leg, everything, this is all in shadow. The ears are in shadow. I'll try to make them a less dark, more lighter, more light. You know, we got some thick wrinkles and stuff down here. We'll just kind of suggest some of that on the legs. You know, there's wrinkles up here as well. You know, I just don't want to get caught up with all the wrinkles. It's just like, as long as I suggest a little bit of them here and there, you know, I think your brain kind of fills in the rest of it, hopefully. It's the idea anyway. That's my idea. Yeah, I guess we'll do the body first because the head is more important. So I think if I can figure out the shade of the body first, kind of work it out on the body before I get to the ears, since the ears are a little more important. Um, so let's just figure out here, like, kind of shade I want for most of the body, right? And I can make these lines more dense wherever I need to. So if I want to darken it a bit, I can do that. So like this kind of transition, if I want it to be more subtle, you know, I can darken up, make the lines a little more dense around there, give more of a smoother transition. And as it gets to this backside, remember there's like more reflected light back there, so it's a bit lighter. There's almost no shading there, but you know, when I squint at it, it is pretty dark, so compared to the head. And the light of the head is the tone of the paper. So everything else has to be darker than that. Like I said, there's areas where I can go in and darken. Let's see. We'll do the first tone first. One tone first. As I get down to the bottom of the leg, I'm gonna just kind of make it disappear here. You know, there's no bottom to the leg because when I draw the grass up, you know, I want it to like melt. Look like the grass is covering everything. like he's in the grass. Is anybody alive out there? Nobody's saying anything. I guess everybody's just watching. I got all these introverts watching me. Power to the introverts. How's everybody doing? Anybody watch any good movies lately? I mean, what's going on? What's going on with everybody? You know what I mean? Any good movies? Any good stuff? What's going on, Michelle? Yeah, don't worry. I'm introvert too. I don't really I'm an introvert myself, so I know when people don't comment and stuff, like I totally understand it. Because I do the same thing. I'm one of those creepers, you know what I mean? Just sit there and listen. I know you guys are here. I know. I'm just messing around. uh, I just feel like I'm sitting here. I mean, I am sitting here talking to myself, but I feel like even more I'm sitting here talking to myself when no one says anything. I'm like, man, is something going wrong? But all right, everybody's here, it seems. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know there's no technical issue. We just have everyone enjoying their Sunday, relaxing. You know, nothing new with me. I'm trying to think. Always natural drawing. Why not supernatural? What do you mean by supernatural? When we draw like spirits and stuff, or fantasy stuff? I draw what I'm interested in. You know what I mean? Um, that's there's people that draw only people or only portraits. Like, why do they only draw portraits? The people draw what they're interested in. So I guess that's the answer. Do a little bit of shading over the trunk here. Beth says, "Oh, glad to hear, Michelle. Thanks. I'm glad you're drawing as well. Good to hear. Hope it's going well for you at the moment. I think this one's turning out pretty well for me, luckily. So we'll just keep pressing along here." Beth says, "I watched a Netflix series last night about the world's greatest art heist at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston. It was really good. I'll look up the name. I feel like I heard about that. I can't remember the name either, but I feel like I did hear about that show somewhere. I don't know if it was like a YouTube ad or something or somewhere online. I saw that somewhere. It might have been on Netflix, actually. I might have seen it on there, but I didn't watch it. Yeah, I haven't watched anything recently. I'm trying to think, what's the last thing I watched? I've watched some shows in other languages and stuff, but I haven't watched anything. Okay, it's called This Is a Robbery. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. I'll let you guys know if I end up watching it. Yeah, I haven't watched anything in. Trying to think, I haven't watched anything in English recently. uh, so we're gonna go to the ears now, I guess. Since I kind of have a general tone I can put down. I did want to watch. I think it was a movie on Netflix called Stowaway or something. It was about like the. It was about the. Yes, I do read the comments. Yagmur. I do read the comments. Yeah, I wanted to watch a movie called Stowaway on Netflix about the space people, and they had to like choose. They have to choose. Like, I haven't seen it yet though, so don't post about it if you watch it. Um, but yeah, I think I might watch that one eventually. I haven't really kept up with stuff lately, but you always draw nature, animals, and stuff. Why something fantasy or more than nature? I mean, possibly, but that's because I like nature. That's why I draw. I draw what I like. That's the reason. If Why would I draw something I don't like to draw? And I'm not saying I don't like fantasy and stuff like that, but it's not really my something I want to get into, at least not right now. So I draw what I'm interested in. If I if I draw what I'm not interested in, then I won't be interested in it, and that's not really fun for me. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. So that's why I always draw animals and stuff because I like animals. So hopefully that answers it, I guess. I always try to keep it interesting. Sometimes I draw human portraits, sometimes I'll draw architecture. I try to do different stuff, but I know there's people that aren't really interested in animals and stuff, and that's fine. Then they won't watch my videos, like that's what it comes down to. So this is where we're at so far. Oh, I feel like this needs more darkness. I feel like the whole thing probably needs more darkness, but it's looking okay right now, I think. And I don't have to match like the value exactly or perfectly. Um, I can. Sorry, one of my light bulbs going out here. Yeah, so I don't have to like match all the values like exactly or perfectly. I can just. Um, okay, yeah, I'll definitely have to check out Stowaway then. Mary says it was great, so all right, cool. I'm definitely gonna watch that one eventually. Sorry I put you to sleep, Emily. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the live stream. Not done yet, but there wasn't a whole lot of wrinkles on this one. There was a lot more shadowing, it seems. But I'm gonna add the white grass soon, and I think that's gonna bring another dimension to this little elephant here, or to the whole drawing. Um, so yeah, should be cool. I'm glad I got you guys chatting about something finally. Got some talk going on. Instead of everybody like sitting there awkwardly like in silence. We're all sitting here in silence while I'm just rambling, talking about nothing. Let's see if we can put a few more wrinkles here, real lightly. But that's the thing, is more detail really gonna make it better? Not necessarily. Sometimes less is more, you know what I mean? So this is where we're at. I think, yeah, obviously this part of the knee. We'll look at the reference photo one more time real quick. So here's a reference photo. So that's what we're working with here. You know, there's a lot more detail and stuff on the ears. Like he's got these like paint splatter looking marks and stuff. Kind of ignoring that for now. You know, I'm not too worried about like all the different nuances in his skin. I'm focused on the overall light and darkness of everything. So we have a little more darkness here. Kind of darken up some of the body a bit more. But I don't want to get too dark because then the darkest areas don't look as dark anymore. So it's something I got to be careful of, to be mindful of here. Might go over the ears one more time as well. At least in the dark parts. So they do get darker here. Yeah, I wonder what happens to those like stolen paintings. I mean, obviously there's some rich person out there who's probably just enjoying it, right? But it's so crazy. I mean, just wonder how they get away with that, you know? Like if somebody is that rich to have that kind of a thing done and have it stolen, like how do they not know anybody and not, I guess they all just keep it to themselves or something, you know? I don't know, but it's really, it's pretty crazy. I don't really know how it all works. I'll probably have to watch a show about it. Probably explain something like that. I don't know. Sorry, folks. There we go. Just darkening up some stuff here. Gonna get with the white pen soon on the grass, and that'll just add a little more something to this one. This one had a lot more shading than I kind of initially thought. Um, it's unfortunate, but it still looks good actually. And I'm not too like not unhappy with it, but the lighting just it's not as strong lighting, you know, as the that other elephant drawing and stuff, which it's fine. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. There's this conversation which nature is there. You can even shoot it with cameras more precisely, but you can't show your imagination with a camera. Well, it's true. I mean, it's definitely true. So I really wanted to know your logic about this. Interest is a finisher answer to this conversation. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but where am I from? Where am I from or where do I live? I live in California, but I'm from Mississippi. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, I think imagination is cool, but almost everything in your imagination is based on reality. You know, uh, there's a lot of crazy drawings and things out there that don't really have any basis in reality, but even that kind of stuff, that's drawn all weird, it does resemble stuff in reality. So I don't really think you can ever fully get away from reality, Like everything we know is based on this reality. That's my thought on it. I mean, I'm not like super duper philosopher or anything, but obviously, But I mean, even like fantasy, like dragons and stuff like that, it's all based on reality, right? Like they're just giant lizards with big teeth, like they're dinosaurs, like reality. So like even though you can't capture your imagination with a camera, but you can capture the what do you call it? the you can capture your inspiration from that imagination from reality. That's what most people do. Their inspiration for their imagination comes from reality. You know, People say like, "Oh, draw a unicorn or a dragon or something." It's like, okay, you want me to draw a lizard or a horse? It's not really that fantasy. Like a horse with wings and a horn on its head. Like it's just a merging of different animals. Like it's still real. I mean, it's not reality, but it still has all of its basis in reality. So take that. Let's try to make some of this line work a little more dynamic or something. So, just making the lines a bit thicker in places gives it a little dynamism, a little more dynamic, and gives it a little more dimension, I feel. Like more thickness to some parts of the ear or something, I don't know. Um, oh, you're from Germany, that's cool. Well, my ancestors were from Germany, like from the 1850s. Oh, they've narrowed it down to the mafia. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't have a southern accent, surprisingly. Uh, Pretty much all of my family does, or at least all the family in the South. Right, Amanda? You guys have a southern accent too. You sound so country. Um, but yeah, I don't have. I don't know. I got away with. There's sometimes I'll say a word or something and I do sound a little like I'm from the country. Sounds southern. I can't even like fake do it. It's hard for me to do it, but yeah. Sometimes I sound a little country. But yeah, I don't know. I lived there for 15 years of my life, the beginning of my life, and I got away with no accent. I think when I was younger, I probably had not like an accent, but I definitely probably sounded more country. Because we used to say stuff like, it's so funny thing back when I was a kid, we said, we're fixing to do something, we're fixing to do this. It's like, oh my God, that's so like, who says that? Who says we're fixing to do something? It's like, definitely know where you're from when you say it, when you talk like that. I was fixing to do it. It's like, what? All my southern folk know about that. All right, I'm getting a little carried away with the shading here, but it happens. Let's get with the white pen. Let me stop this nonsense. You know, this mark's a little dark here. I don't really like that, but other than that, it's pretty good. I'm going to erase all this pencil that's underneath there. See what I'm really working with. You do? I mean, there's people out there that say I'm fixing to do this. There's people that talk like that for sure. It just sounds funny to me now, like looking back when I was a kid, talking like that from the South. It's just funny to remember that thing. So funny. Very different. It's so funny how like different parts of the country just have like completely different ways of speaking, you know? Different ways of talking, different ways of speaking. It's very interesting how that stuff kind of like evolves, you know, and then like everyone that lives down there talks like that. It's like so weird. Like how does that happen? It's very weird. Language is so interesting. Oh, East Texas. Okay. That's cool. Tyler, Texas. I'm not exactly sure where that's at. Is that like East Texas? Okay, so that's near like Louisiana and stuff. Okay, okay. The kindness of strangers. That sounds interesting. I'll have to look that up. The kindness of strangers on YouTube movies. All right, I'll check that out. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's videos about dialects from I mean I was just looking up Mandarin the other day and like there's so many different little like you think like you're learning to speak Mandarin or something, but the reality is like what kind of Mandarin? Like there's Mandarin Chinese, there's Beijing, there's the southern accents, there's like all these other little different dialects that like they say some words differently or they call something else something totally different. It's like it's so crazy. It's like and then it's like okay, which one do you learn to speak? You know, it's like yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, I used to say y'all all the time. Y'all fixing to do this? I don't know. I was very specific with my sodas. You know, I want Sprite, Seven Up, Mountain Dew. You know, I was very specific. But yeah, some people, everybody calls it Coke. Yeah, I know. Even if, and everyone in the North calls it, you know, pop. Very weird. Not weird, but interesting. I'm just not used to that. You know, everyone's different. Like I said, nothing's weird. It's just it's weird to me. That's all. What's weird to me is normal to you. What's normal to you is weird for me. It's just how it's a human experience, right? So yeah, this white pen's really bringing it to life, I think. I really want to do white on the elephant, but I know it's just not right. Not gonna do it. You know, maybe I could use the less bright white gel pen and like just do little tiny marks, but I'm kind of afraid to do that as well. Kind of branch out this grass a little bit here to the sides. Just kind of make it disappear. Oh, Wichita Falls. I've been there many times. My mom used to live like 3 hours north in Oklahoma from Wichita Falls, like 3.5 hours. I think it was 3 hours in southwestern Oklahoma. So yeah, we used to like go to the mall or whatever in Wichita Falls for like shopping and stuff. So yeah, I've been there a few times when I was younger. Wichita Falls. Hugo, what's happening, man? He says, yeah, even in the small country of the Netherlands, there are plenty of different dialects. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, Europe is so interesting too, because all those countries are so close to each other compared to like America. Like America, you can drive for like 24 hours and you still won't even make it to the other side of the country. But Europe, you could drive for like across all of Europe in like, very short time. And you encounter all these different languages. It's very crazy. And then even in the Netherlands, there's different dialects for probably certain places, where you're the north dialect, the eastern dialect, south, probably different places. What's going on, Kashika? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's been a while. Definitely been a while. I'm gonna have to add some black grass into this all white grass. It's a little too much. It's a little strong, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. We'll do some more longer lines here. And some dots and stuff. Mm. Well, glad to see you here, man. Hope everything's going well. Hope everything is going well. Did you fast this last month? If you want to say or not. I mean, I don't want to like put you on the spot like that, but just curious. Hopefully I'm not incorrectly asking that. I think I remembered correctly. What's going on, Toe Mater? What's happening? I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. New England has different dialects too. Yeah, that's true. I feel like America though, like with English, like everyone understands what everyone's saying though. Like I mean maybe it's the same with like Chinese and other places, like they probably all understand each other, but actually that's not true. China in particular, I know there's different regions and stuff where like there's all these different kinds of crazy different languages and only the people that live there um, um, only the people that live there speak it, and other people they don't understand it. So um, I feel like America doesn't really have that. We don't have like a different kind of completely different English that only these people speak, and we don't really understand what they're saying. Like everyone speaks English. I mean, it's a little bit different. People say y'all and all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe it'll eventually evolve into something different. But yeah, how is it fasting in the Netherlands? I imagine do you go by your local time? I imagine that the day is like really long up there, and if you're in the north, I guess. I mean, the day is pretty long where I'm at too. Uh, yeah. Well, glad to hear you fasted. That's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. I'll have to talk to you more about that, I think. Um, Tomato says, I listen to your advice. I try to draw every day and I feel like I'm improving for a bit. Well, glad to hear, man. Glad to hear. That's what it's all about, right? Just like drawing every day or every, few times a week and just getting better. Wow, that's really long. It started at 4 and ends at 9. Whoa, that's pretty long. That's pretty. That's that's wild, man. That's pretty difficult, pretty challenging. Well, I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm gonna do a few more white lines just to go in front of some of the black ones I put down. Just so it gives it a little more dimension, like three-dimensionality. Maybe I'll do some more white here in the background slightly too, maybe. To make it look like it's underneath them. I might do like a shadow underneath them too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to do too much because I want it to look like really thick grass, kind of. Does anybody know what's the paper called? Yeah, I'll show you right here. Paper is Tone Tan Strathmore. So that's the name of the paper. That's the name of the paper. Have you ever gone to another country? Yes, I have. The I've gone to another country, but not really. I mean, I have. I've been to Canada when I was younger. It's not really that big of a deal. But I recently, in 2018, I filmed all this too. When I went in 2018, I went to uh, France. I went to Paris, France, and then I went to England. I went all around England, and then back to Paris, and then flew home. It was pretty cool, but I really want to go to like a completely different country that speaks like, just something that's different culture than just a different culture than England. England, it's like pretty much the same thing as America, right? It's like it's very similar. Obviously, they have completely different the way they say things. Biscuits and biscuits or cookies and chips or fries and stuff. They say things that are different, but yeah, that's the only other countries I've gone to so far. I definitely want to go to some other countries. Uh, just waiting for this whole COVID thing to stop so we could so some countries will open up and I can go, I can travel. It's very annoying. But anyway, thanks, Essie. They said looks really good. Thanks, I appreciate it. I'm really torn. Like I do want to add like light on the elephant, but would that destroy it? Would that kill it? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Um, what do you guys think? It has many languages? What has many languages? Matthias? Yeah, let's give a little bit of, let me see. I'm looking at this other elephant drawing that I did. Let's give like a little bit of shadowing, I guess. Kind of off to this side. It seems like it's light over here, so we can give like a little bit of shading to this side. don't want to do too much, but it seems like it's helping it. It seems like um, it's perfect the way it is. Okay, cool. Oh, the the brand of paper has many languages there. I see. I see. Some more dimension. I know, man. I know. Hmm. I think I made everything too dark. That's the problem. Or I need, yeah. Or it needs more dark. The problem is you guys are kind of looking at it like at a glare. So this is kind of what it really looks like. See like the change in the value a little bit? Very slight, but that's kind of what it is right now. I mean, I feel pretty good about it. Maybe this ear should be a little bit darker. Just looking at it like on the screen, seeing what it needs, maybe more form to the head. Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy with it. Like I said, it seems good, I think. Yeah, that's interesting. Hugo, he says, funny enough, I went on a small bike trip from Netherlands, somewhere, can't say that one, to a nearby town across the Belgian border. As soon as you cross the border, people speak Flemish instead of standard Dutch. Yeah, I noticed. See, this is funny. Like, I noticed it even when I never, like I said, I never been to like any countries like that where they really speak differently, other than like France, which is okay. Speak French, but when I was in England and I on the very last day of England, we drove up to Scotland to catch a flight in Edinburgh, and as soon as you get into Scotland, everyone sounds like Scottish. And it's like they still speak English, but everyone sounds Scottish. It's like what line did we cross? And now everyone has this very different accent that's like completely different. Like I remember I went to Starbucks with my now ex-girlfriend, and the Starbucks woman said something to her, and I had no idea what the Starbucks woman said. I was like, what did she just say? Because I was just like, I was caught off guard by like the accent. I was just like, I have no idea what she just said. Um, which countries would you like to travel then? Um, I want to go. I want to go to like Asia. I want to go to Asia. Uh, I mean, there's so many places I want to go. That's the problem. There's a lot of places I want to go, but um, you guys will see because I'll probably film some of it for a plein air adventure once I end up going, but you guys will see. Okay, more shadow in the grass here. All right. I don't know. It seems good. It seems good to me, I think. Let me see. Actually, let's try to make this more. Just looking at my other, trying to look at my other elephant drawing I did, see what I did differently there. I had like some dark clumps of grass and stuff in certain areas. Yeah, can't draw as good as I used to. Can't draw as good as I used to, it seems. Mhm. Tape. Okay. Stupid white pen. Okay, there we go. Come on, draw a line. There we go. Okay. Should I try to do some small highlights with the lighter gel pen? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll help it a little bit. Is that gonna be too much? I'll just do like some small. Probably too much, right? Like I should probably stop right now. I just want to literally be highlights. I don't want to do too much. Just literally be highlights. I'm trying to just see where is like the lightest, brightest parts. Thanks, Mary. Hmm. Between the eyes, yeah. I just don't want to put too much. I want it to be really subtle, you know? Luckily, this white pen isn't very strong, so I can kind of test it out a little bit, put some lines down and let's go around the edges a little bit here. Okay. I guess that's probably good. I don't want to go too crazy. There's like reflected light on this side. It's kind of cool. It's kind of like light up the trunk a little bit. Really highlight some of the wrinkles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I could sit here and just keep doing more and more to it, and I don't know if it's going to get any better, if it's going to get worse. Probably worse. Yeah. Too much, too much, too much, too much. Less is more. Less is more. Okay. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Not bad. Not I haven't done drawing in like since February. So mm, looks pretty good. I mean, it looks. Let me see. I think yeah, it does actually looks really good from far away. Actually, in real life. Let's see if it looks any different. Show you guys. It looks pretty good. I like it. Has a lot of dimension actually. I've just been so close to, I've been like 1 foot away from it, so like the whole time. It looks pretty good. So now we have, check this out. Now we have, although I can't beat this other one I did. This one is just so good. This elephant. This is from like 1 year ago. And I did this one, it wasn't on a live stream, I don't think. It was just me drawing, sitting here drawing. You can see the way I did the grass, really nice. That's what I was trying to do this time, but um, this one had more light on it, obviously, and less shadow, and it had these white tusks, looked really nice. Just less shading overall. And this one was just a bit, just different lighting scenario. This one was more overcast, so I had more of these subtle shading, right? I could have tweaked it and just left all that out. Maybe thinking back, looking at it, maybe I could have done that, like kind of just made up some shadow shapes. But, now we have a baby and the big one. So, oh well, we always, that's how it goes. Every one of these drawings is always a different experience, different experience and a different experiment. Always different things I'm trying. Like, okay, let's make, the line thicker back here. Like, what is this gonna do? Let's see. Trying to make, some areas look more dynamic. Like, here we go. Here, maybe this curve has a little more force to it. Just trying to give like some kind of rhythm to everything. And like I said, can't win them all. Can't win them all, but I try to win them all. But I think I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty happy. Oh, it's night in Switzerland. All right, well, have a good one. Have a good night. Wow, you actually like the baby one better, Dima. All right, cool. Thanks, I appreciate it. It's more lively. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I love the vertical hatch too. I did a little bit of cross hatching, but the vertical. I mean, it looks so much stronger here too. Look. Oh, just killed the camera here. Darn it. Let's try you back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the vertical here, man, it's just so strong and clean. I don't know how I did that. I don't know how I did that. Because then when I look at this one, it's just not as clean. I think with this one, I just was going a lot faster. I think I was taking my time when I did these old ones. But oh well, always working on it, always trying, always trying. Man, I gotta get my camera fixed the way I had it. Always had it perfectly set up, and now I ruined it. Oh well. Okay, that's good. I think. Oh, woolly mammoth. That would be cool. I need to find a photo of one of those. Well, this one definitely has like more uh, subtle lighting. It's more challenging. Everything's more subtle, so it's definitely more challenging. If I wanted to now, I could put in like little like textures and things on the body. Maybe some of that is okay. For yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I should probably just stop. I just saw the ears have all this kind of texture. I was just trying to like add some of that to body, but I should really just stop. Okay. I can't stop. All right. Anyway, guys, anybody have any questions or anything? Any more questions before I end the stream and get off here? Yes, Mary, this one will be for sale. I'll have it up for sale and probably like right after the stream I'll start editing it. It'll be up for sale in like half an hour to 1 hour. Have it on my website. Um, yeah, that's a good point, Nathan. Yeah, this one looks a bit more random. Which one do you think looks better? Do you think it looks mechanical looks better or the random? Does the random make it look more natural? Just curious. So if anybody's curious, go check out my website, shaverfineart.com, and I have a few drawings up for sale right now. I kind of took down all the ones from last year. I'm starting fresh this year, but I have some paintings and drawings for sale, and this painting or this drawing today I did will be for sale. I also have a support page where you can donate if you like the stream, if you want to keep supporting me, stuff like that. Check that out over on my website, shaverfineart.com. Also, uh, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You know, if you're watching the video right now, be sure to hit the like button. Really help me out. And yeah, greatly appreciate it. Hugo asks, you have more videos planned? Well, more live streams not planned at the moment, but I'm trying to do like maybe 3 per week now from now on to start out with. Probably do like 3 live streams a week. And I have some other videos that I'm going to be putting out, like uploading every Saturday from now on, hopefully. I'm working on editing those right now. They'll just be drawing videos, random drawing videos, but hopefully helpful. Um, Thanks, Mary. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put some photos up there of this and have it up for sale. So, random gives magic. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in. Am I still in Sacramento? Yes, I still am. Still in Sacramento area. Definitely. Thanks, Michelle. Yours is pink? Are you having like, you use like pink ink? That would be interesting. Oh, I just the other day, you know what? So I'll show you guys real quick here. I bought, I don't know if they're any good, but I bought these gel pens. Uh, it's kind of a crappy color gold, but I bought these gold, silver, and white gel pens. I don't know if they're any good, but 1 second, guys. I'll show you. I also bought, so check this out. I thought this might be cool to experiment with one day. I also bought some black paper. Check this out. Got some black paper. I thought like, it might be cool to like try these like silver and white and gold on this. Like I said, I don't know how it's gonna look. It might look stupid, but you know, we can test it out and see. Just try some new things. Believe it or not, the next page in my sketchbook is the last page. So this is toned tan. My next sketchbook I have is toned gray, and now I have this black paper. So oh, the Copic markers. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, those things are challenging. Mm. Thanks, Nathan. I'll definitely check it out. Appreciate it, and glad to hear that, Beth. Glad you enjoy it, and glad you learned something. That's always my goal. Try to teach something, There's always something to learn. There's always more to learn. So anyway, guys, I guess I'm gonna get out of here because I don't really have anything else. I don't really have anything else to do. Okay, Becky asks, what was the last art book you bought and why? Last art book I bought and why? It's been a few years, to be honest. Um, I don't remember. I think the last art book I bought was like one of those Sargent books that has like all his painting, like a catalog of his some of his paintings. That's probably one of the last ones I bought. Um, and obviously that's just for inspiration and learning, and he's a master or was a master, so always learning from him. Um, that's probably one of the last books I bought, John Singer Sargent book. Other than that, I can't remember, to be honest. To be honest, I'm trying to get rid of books. I'm not really buying books anymore. I'm getting rid of a lot of them. Um, I'm basically photographing each page of ones I really really like, and then I'm getting rid of them. So, I don't like having a lot of stuff, and I'm just trying to get rid of stuff. I want less stuff. It's time that I write one. I actually last year I did have a book deal for like a beginner book for kids, like drawing, and it got canceled. I finished writing the whole book. We wrote the whole book. We were about to release it. It was getting to the point where they were going to start promoting it and releasing it, and they said, well, yeah, they had to cancel it. I can't really talk a whole lot about it, but basically it got canceled. But I still got paid for what my part of it, luckily. But yeah, the book got canceled. Um, yeah, I was exploring charcoal at one point, but it's just too messy. It's too annoying, and I really love the pen and ink now, having that in my sketchbook. It's way more permanent. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't smear. I love the high contrast of it. It's everything I like, everything I love. So, I think you did a live stream showing it. Yeah, I mean, I have all the Sargent books actually, and um, I have a whole stack of them. Like I could show you guys all of them. They're all stacked up in my room, but they're pretty heavy. They're pretty heavy. Have you ever used concept of impossible objects in drawing? Uh, no, I don't think so. Concept of impossible objects. You mean like kind of like the overlapping, like never-ending kind of objects and stuff? No, I've never really explored that before in my drawings. Um, how long have you lived art? Loved art. Okay, how long have you loved art? I've been drawing since I was like 4 or 5, and I showed a video a few months ago of like you could probably go find it on my channel, like drawings when I was a kid, and you can see all these drawings I have from when I was like really young. So I've been drawing ever since I was young, and when I was you know growing up like that, I wanted to become an animator, actually, like a Disney animator, the ones that draw out every single frame and all that stuff. That was what I wanted to do as a kid, and then obviously when you grow up now, they don't really animate like that anymore, and it's not really something I'm interested in anymore. Um, yeah, Mary, you got to look on. They're getting harder to find, and they're getting more expensive now, but you got to look on Amazon. That's where I got all mine. It took me a few years to get all of them, and to be honest, I asked people to get them for me for Christmas because they're so expensive. Like $80, and some of them are $100 for one book. But they're big, they're thick books, and they're just dense, full of his work. I mean, to me, it was worth it. But um, yeah, Yeah, the Sargent books, I mean, they're really good books, but definitely I could sell you my books. To be honest, the Sargent ones are the only ones I want to keep. Uh, Possibly, if I can get high quality scans of like each page or something, then I'll get rid of the physical books. But those are the ones I want to keep. All the other books I'll sell. I'll sell to you guys. I don't care. I have like oil painting books from like Edgar Payne and like a bunch of a few months ago I donated all these books I had to the library. So the local library here at my place has all these art books that I donated, like really nice, good books, big books on painting and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I haven't looked at these in like 1 or 2 years. And I was like, what's the point of having these? I do not have any Constable books. I do not. I'm kind of running low on my books, to be honest. I think I have like Monet. I have Edgar Payne. I don't know. I'd have to look, but the Sargent books, I'm gonna keep those, unfortunately. But definitely check Amazon. You can find them on there. The That's the place I always get all the books. But they're definitely worth it. They're definitely worth it. If you get like a few of them, I mean they're and if you're not sure which one to get, I can show you. I can do a flip through of like one or two of them and or a few of them so they you get ones that you really like, because there's some they're like, it's not that good. Like there's one that's just only of oil painting, like portraits that he did. It's like, I'm not really interested in that thing anymore. But some of his later work that he did with like watercolors and stuff and plein air and stuff, like those are some really good books, really inspirational for his watercolors, and they show some of his drawings and pencil drawings and stuff too. So now the travel bans are being lifted. Are you considering traveling to France again? Definitely not. I'm not going to go to France again. If I travel, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Southeast Asia somewhere. So you guys will see once I go there where I'm going to be going. But yeah, I'm going to go to Asia somewhere. Okay, cool, Mary. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely like take photos of the books and flip through them, whatever. We can do that on one of the live streams or something. Um, I don't know. Um, just let me know what you're interested in, and a favorite art book of mine, says Hugo, is by James Gurney, Color and Light. Oh yeah, that one's really popular. To be honest, I don't have the physical book, but I do have a PDF of it. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say any more. I haven't read it though. I haven't read it. I'll have to read that one. Should be cool. Will you live stream from Asia? That would be awesome. Yeah, I could do like a Q&A like with my phone, but I'm not going to have this whole setup and stuff. So it'd have to be like from my phone live streaming. Maybe I could do like a plain air live stream or something, but yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I'm not going to bring this whole setup and everything. Because I got lights, I got a green screen. This isn't really my apartment. I have a green screen, I got a light here, I got this camera, my laptop, microphone. I wouldn't bring all that. It'd be like a crappy live stream with my phone. What's Asia like? I don't know. I've never been. That's why I want to go. Never been. Yeah, I mean, we could do a live stream about Sargent and stuff, and take a look at his work, and like an inspirational type of live stream or something one day. Just have like a chat about his work, and there's a lot of stuff in the books to look at, like how he planned certain paintings and stuff, and um, there's all kinds of different aspects to talk about, and possibly I could do a small watercolor, like one small watercolor um study or something. If we want to make it, I'll do like a small painting study first from one of the books, and then and then just have a flip through of some of the books, take a look at his work. You know, that could be cool. That'd be interesting. Try doing some manual labor, helps a lot with building the brain. I'm not sure what you're referencing or what you're. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe the next live stream is a watercolor, so maybe we could do that, Mary. I'll I'll try to plan that out and figure out what I can do. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Maybe sometime this week. Uh, maybe do art analysis on some cartoons. That could be interesting too. It makes you feel good when you work. That's true. I mean, I like working out and stuff. I like doing that. Um, yeah, I definitely want to get back into working out. That's one thing I'm gonna start focusing on here very soon. Um, the shading is so beautiful. I'm not sure what you're referencing, poet. Maybe you're watching like a different uh, time of the live stream. Yeah, I think I have a. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. I have. This is a small Sargent study I did 1 or 2 years ago. It's pretty cool. It really helped me see like what colors he uses and stuff. Like it's very, ultramarine blue. We got transparent red oxide, yellow ochre, and viridian. It's like literally what his palette was, or like what for this painting with the color harmony. Um, and his painting was much larger, more detailed. It had all these little details. He did like a huge watercolor, and I just simplified everything into these small shapes and everything. Um, all right, Mary, take care. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the questions, and thanks for the suggestion for the next live stream. Definitely do that one. Uh, I agree, Hugo. I definitely agree. His watercolor and sketches and stuff that he did, the oil sketches and like the plein air stuff. I'm way more interested in that than his the portraits that he did. I mean, he did beautiful portraits. I've seen many of them in person, and they're just breathtaking. Like the way he applied the paint, the values, the lighting, everything. It looks so human, like so real. But the plein air and stuff he does, man, it's just like so awesome. Uh, do you get paid for what you do? I have a day job during the week. I'm a graphic designer, so that's my day job. Um, but I get paid a little bit from YouTube right now, for the videos and stuff. It's not enough to live on at all, you know. So yeah, I'm trying to get paid more for what I'm doing, with the live streaming and the videos and the drawings and paintings. I'm trying to get paid more doing that kind of stuff. But it's a slow process. Working at it. Just got to be more consistent and just keep going, keep going. Do you watch Solar Sands? I have never heard of Solar Sands, so that probably answers that question. Sorry, I do not. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get off here, guys. It's been a while. It's been 2 hours, so I'm gonna go. I gotta eat something today, and I got some other things to do for Sunday. So here's one last look at the drawing. This is what I did today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, stay tuned this week sometime. another live stream, a few more, probably 2 to 3 live streams this week, I'm hoping. And they'll probably all be, if it's during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, it'll be like, 5:10 Pacific Standard Time, 5:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just check your subscriptions tab on YouTube, and if I have one scheduled, it'll show you the time in your time zone, and it'll tell you the day and the time zone, all that stuff. So just check your subscriptions tab. One last time, be sure to check out my website, schaeferfineart.com. I got a blog and drawings and paintings available for sale, purchase. I also have a support page you can check out. You can donate to me on there if you like the videos I make, you want to help support me, keep me going. Yeah. And also be sure to like, share, and subscribe. So I get paid as a graphic designer, but I don't get paid from YouTube that much. So yeah, I don't get paid from doing this kind of stuff. Very little, very little. But anyway, all right, take care, guys. Peace, 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 peace.